Hello and welcome back to Shards. We will be continuing where we left off with Alvy's route. That's right, his story still continues, and I think that it ends when or after the pair battles. But right now, that's not going to happen. This is the second day, I believe. But it will be filled with shenanigans. Anyways, so... Is it me or is the music different? It sounds a little different. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah. In the previous, bit, because it is still technically the summoner's route, we were introduced to Alvy properly, and we found out that he's a very skittish person who doesn't really want to be noticed by anyone, particularly the other recommended students, for his own weird reasons that we don't really know about yet. We know that he at least is tolerant of Cody, and closer towards the end of the night, he decides, you know what, okay, maybe this guy isn't a complete weirdo, but he is still a little weird. Cody, for his part, really likes Alvy. I mean, who doesn't he like at this point? This guy's just like, oh, new friend. Nice. We do know that Alvy has a whole lot of little summon Nightfallen things that he is very protective of. And one in particular is the one on his ring, which he apparently is able to talk to the same way that I believe Cody can talk to Scribbles. So there is that one weird thing going on there. It also seems that the ring kind of resonates with Cody a little. And I think that we're going to be seeing a little bit of hints of that in this next, or what I'm going to be reading. And what else? Obviously Therium and this mysterious figure are watching what's going on. They are aware of what happened in the previous routes with Therium, whether you are okay with Therium or you decide to, like, spurn Therium. It doesn't really matter. They are aware of what happened. What else? Everything else is going on the same way that it happened with Therium's route, where the tiger and the cat they're doing their shenanigans. Dallin is still having to deal with them and whatnot. But yeah. Anywho, so yeah, without further ado, let us continue Alvy's route in the summoner's route. So once again, we're here. But thankfully, we are able to just skip. Yes. Jump to day 2, the newest update. Yes. The bed is... what? Sleep quickly vanishes from your eyes when the situation clears in your mind. Throwing away the barely hanging blanket from your feet, you jump and look around. A light migraine stops you, followed closely by a calf cramp. Ow. God fucking damn it. Why now? It seems you slept too deeply and tightly. Your body is in a bit of a shock, as well as your mind. You really care that much about him, huh? I don't know. Am I overreacting? That depends. What are you thinking so negatively about? You know what? I do, but it helps to say it out loud. You'll think more clearly of a solution that way. I think Alvy might have realized I'm part of the people that he wants to avoid. A weirdo and simply left. Is that something plausible to you now? Saying it out loud... No, I do believe that he would at least take the courtesy to say goodbye in person. Great, so the panic is for no... Why is your heart rate accelerating? That just means that he must have gotten kidnapped. Oh no. You saw the dream, didn't you? You hastily put on your pants and shirt. Yeah, but that doesn't... Your tie is crooked. Your tie is crooked. Ugh. This narrating thing is harder when I also have to calm down a lunatic. I am perfectly reasonable as always. His crazy psycho family must have done something. I have more than enough clues that leads me... You open the door to a surprised and a scared dog who almost spills the contents of his tray when you bump into him. Alvy! Yes, that's me. Good morning. Where are you going in such a hurry? After you, I thought... Ugh, never mind. It was silly. Did you think that I ditched you by any chance? Well, when I woke up with nobody around and your belongings missing, what was I supposed to think? I'm sorry, I should have left a note. But I was afraid that the buffet was gonna close. The buffet? Yes, for breakfast. As you calm down more and more, you notice a large tray of breakfast items he's carrying. I read yesterday in the pamphlet that they only serve it until 8 a.m., so I wanted to grab some things for us both before then. You were sleeping so soundly that I just didn't want to wake you. We'll need the energy for the auditions. I'm not sure how difficult that they'll be. That is very nice of you. I am actually starving, now that I think about it. The dog wags his tail and moves around excitedly with a tray of food, back and forth, looking from one nightstand to the other, then back to you. Where should I... Just put it on the floor. Right, the floor. The food won't touch the ground, man. It's fine. Have you never eaten anything that's not on a table? Breakfast in bed was a thing for me. Other than that, it's fine. You're right. The floor is just fine. Besides, don't you like new experiences? You sit down cross-legged and invite the dog with a patting gesture. He places the tray down carefully and gets closer to you, on his knees. I made sure to grab plenty of protein, some carbs, fruits, and vegetables, and something to wash it down with. Oh, and some dessert. I never had dessert for breakfast, but I've heard people like it. Have you never had pancakes or waffles drenched in syrup? You ask while creating a makeshift sandwich from the eggs, bacon, toast, and vegetables. Not for breakfast. That would be a brunch meal at least. Not even some French toast with powdered sugar and fruit? The French toast that I had was always savory. But there's nothing to stop me now, I suppose. The two beasts ravage the meal tray for the next couple of minutes in silence. The need for sustenance is greater than the need to communicate, and your friend is definitely not a full-mouthed talker kind of guy. The food is just above average. The eggs are cooked well, seasoned with some salt and garnished with green onions. The bacon had crispy and chewy pieces. The bread was somewhat fresh, but the juice was definitely watered down. I give it a 6 out of 10. Really? I'd say 7. That's just because of the croissant, isn't it? It is extremely well made. I doubt that they made it in-house. Hey, it's in my mouth, that's what matters. You can only dream of getting them this buttery in any other hotel. I won't argue with that. Speaking of dreams, what have you, seen in my dreams last night, if I may ask? His ears drop slightly, and after swallowing his bite, responds. Nothing, unfortunately. Sorry. The dream aspect of the hotel didn't work last night, apparently, so they said. Something about a blocked air vent that didn't let the fumes get in. We only smelled the perfume and nothing more. I forgot to mention it before, but good news. I got some of my money back because of it. Then how? Shame. I was really looking forward to seeing what those weird dreams of yours are like. Yeah. Shame. I was, even more excited for you to see mine. Why's that? I had some questions. I never mentioned them to anyone in fear that they'd think that there's something wrong with me, but I doubt that you'd judge me. Because I'm weird? Because you're a great guy. Oh, thanks. You're right, I wouldn't judge. It's a small chance, but did you have any dreams perhaps? Despite everything? Even without the gas? He looks at you with hopeful eyes leaning forward. Just my, usual dark one. Nothing too special. Disappointment is a strong word, but the dog definitely felt the reality set in. Yeah, I knew it. If I may ask, what were you hoping for me to see? It's, complicated. That's the whole reason that I wanted you to experience it. I don't have any explanation myself. It's not some kind of supernatural phenomenon or anything. The words and the reasons are kind of stuck in my throat. A wave of guilt washes over you. You know damn well that you did have a dream. A short yet informational dream about your friend. But is it wise to tell him? Especially when he didn't have the chance to see yours. For now, you decide to try and piece together the puzzles some more before revealing the full picture. If you're up for it, we could try it again sometime. Share dreams? Yeah, who says that this has to be our only opportunity? I'd like that. You finish the rest of the food in silence, commenting on the taste to break the awkwardness from time to time. With a satisfying sigh, you pat your belly and gawkily sit up to clean your hands in the bathroom sink. What should we do with the tray? I believe that it counts as room service. Someone will probably come to get it if we just leave it on the nightstand. He checks out his backpack and rearranges things inside it carefully. You could have left your backpack here while getting food, you know. He stops, expressionless for a moment before continuing his rummaging. It was a trick statement coming from you, a bid to see his reaction. He lets out a soft smile, the curve of his lips almost unnoticeable. I know. And that's where he leaves it. That short response still makes your heart accelerate for some reason. From his backpack, he retrieves 2 small gems without a glow, almost looking like shards of a broken beer bottle, unimpressive. Do you want help with your luggage? Oh, almost forgot about those. Again? They are pretty heavy, but I would feel bad making you carry anything. We can just place them inside of these gems. Is that what those are? Object summoning gems? Yes, they're very small, but I believe 2 bags should fit. Here, you can have them. He takes your hand and casually places them in your palm. Just like that? But I thought gems... They don't have Nightfallen inside of them. I don't care for regular gems all that much. You can put your things in them and we can go. Before they come to kick us out, that is. We should free the room before 10 a.m. Yeah, sure. I'll just, put my luggage in these. You try to visualize the largest bag and imagine it entering the gem, and with some grunts of pain and hand motions later... Do you not know how? No, what gave it away? You're supposed to touch the object with the gem, for starters. You do it all again, but this time follow the simple instruction that he just gave you, and... It worked. Your voice trailed behind with a severe lack of excitement, and the dog senses that much. It's alright. You don't have to know every detail and secret of summoning so early. It took me a long time to find these things out by myself. How long? A couple of weeks? Okay, days. Might have been hours or minutes. But I was desperate. And I had 2 amazing teachers. I have no idea how to survive in the real world. You aren't very experienced at summoning, so we'll help each other out. Right? That's what this whole, relationship is all about. Yeah. Yeah, of course. That's a good compromise. We should go check out before we stall with yet another topic of conversation. Good point. I was just about to ask about your political analysis of Arcane Veils and Lord Anna's international relations. Yep, we should hurry before I scare you away with my political views. Come on. Are you not even going to comment on Ikatha's immigration problem? Just shoot me in the face. I am a bit intrigued now. Later perhaps I'd be up for debate over a can of soda and a headache pill. Alright, keep your secrets. But for now... Race you downstairs then. Hey, now, that's not fair. I have to lock the he's already zooming down the stairs. Oh, you son of a... After a second of struggling with the key card, the door locks and you take off after the cheery dog, determined not to lose the only person in this town that seemingly is slightly less athletic than you. You charge to catch up, almost tripping on the carpeted floor before jumping over the railing. You contemplate using an enchantment, but it wouldn't be fair. Even if it should be with his illegal head start. You've met with a surprise when you have to press hard on the brakes, lest you crash into your friend running back up the stairs towards you with a worried expression. Hey, where are you going? Did you finally realize that you ran off too early? No, back, go back up. Well, why? What's going on? They're here. They? The dog is almost whispering, signaling for you to do the same. The other recommended students. They're talking to the receptionist. Let me see. Careful. Don't be too obvious. You walk to the bottom of the stairs and peek beyond the corner. Indeed, that's Cole and Rose. The large rabbit lady is doing the talking, showing the other person something on her phone, while the panther is enjoying some of the free snacks from the desks, with his eyes closed. Should we at least say hi? No, I don't want to. Well, that's rude. I met them already and they're nice. Tell me, why do you think that they're here? We could ask them. No, it's because they know that we're also here. Please, Cody, I can't deal with these kinds of situations. Please, let's just go and be alone again. I'm really curious to see what happens if you meet with them, but considering that this game really likes you to just stay with your partner and not deviate from the story to get like the best of endings, I'm not gonna do that. Do we really need to sneak around this early in the morning? Can't we just... You sense the disappointment oozing from the dog's body. You know what's even worse? Socializing. If there was a record for the fastest trend of emotions from being dejected to happy puppy love, this dog's got it. Thank you. The things that I do for friends. As you stealthily make your way upstairs, you lock your eyes with a random Martin walking down, who is preparing to greet you. You place a finger in front of your mouth before bolting upstairs. That is a neat way to make someone question everything around them for a while. Nobody spots you making your way back to your hotel room, aside from the nice young man, so everyone else was spared an awkward interaction. Once inside, you pace around the room and think about your next move. So, the fire escapes? There should be one on every floor unless it doesn't follow the OSHA standards, which would be concerning. And what do I do with the key? Just leave it on the bed. The cleaning people will find it. As long as we're not banned for life, it's not such a bad place. The dog seems upset after opening the window. Fire escapes or not, shouldn't there be a way to get out of every room in case of a fire? Where are the stairs? They probably have rooms set up to take care of any rogue fires appearing. It's cheaper than stairs, considering those only save people, not the property. I suppose we have no other choice then. About socializing or jumping through the window? I think that you know the answer to that one, and I'm saying talk some sense into him, don't fucking jump! Maybe, let's think of something else. The back door is still a pair of steps can be heard down the hall before a knock at the door. Well, might as well... In the meantime, the dog clutches a ring to his side with a determined look and then... Hold steady. Ah! The world around you seems to warp weirdly as a large black figure grabs your arm forcefully. That is as much as I can describe before the room turns into the back alley of the hotel. The canine is shaking you, trying to get your attention. He seems really frightened and worried about what he just did, even though you're more than fine. We're outside. Are you alright? That was... I know, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have summoned inside the barrier. I promise that I'm not trying to get us in trouble on purpose, but I panicked and... Don't be. I don't blame you. It was just kind of incredible. The dog looks bewildered for a moment before slightly blushing as he realizes that he was being complimented. Yeah, you shouldn't do it, but, you did save us from a social interaction. I'm shivering just thinking about it. You're not mad? No police around, so I think I'm good. Still though, let's not do that again. I'd rather like to avoid any more jail time for the rest of the semester. You're right. You really don't mind the transportation method? Honestly, better than teleporting. I avoid those devices like the plague. Too much light even with an eye cover. This was unique. I'd like to know more at some point. Totally, but for now, let's get away from here. From them. Yeah, thank goodness that we got away from those absolute lunatics that were probably just going to say hi to you and introduce themselves. I'm sorry, okay? Are you making a mean joke or are you actually upset with me? I can't really tell. Oh, I would never be mad at you. You're too sweet and pure. Thanks, I guess. But if you're so determined to keep hiding, what are your plans now? I still have some money left. We could get another... Nope, no more hotels. I'm already sick of them. No idea how you survived months with them. Are the dorms really such a bad option? I already miss mine and I haven't even seen it yet. Do you happen to have friends or relatives living here? His ears perk up at the suggestion. I do, in a way. Really? That's great. You can stay there then. Problem solved. Wasn't that quick? Well, it's not that easy, is it? Not even a little bit. What is it now? Are they also some kind of overprotective snobs? No offense. No, they don't actually live here, is the problem. Huh? Just come with me. He grabs your hand and runs down the street without further explanation. You seem confident. Do you know where that place is, just like that? I've been contemplating this option a lot in the past couple of weeks, so I visited a couple of times. Excited to see this super secret place then. Is it far? Not too far. If you remember the map, it's just up ahead, then down the street. After a not-so-exciting trip through the commercial streets, you arrive at the main residential area. Less buildings obscure your view and more lush trees welcome you in. You go past a grand metal gate, with a thick brick wall surrounding the estate. Clearly someone rich lives here. That must be it, right? Not quite. He guides you just past the house, or mansion, to a secluded place to the edge of the academy, overlooking the main gate and the forest. A small rusty gate and old, barely hanging fence protect an otherwise nice-looking house. This is it. We're here. So, who owns it? Nobody. It's, mine, technically. You have property in Laconia? Wow. That is not that surprising. It belongs to my aunt before she became more involved with her career in Nightfall and activism. Now it's just, rotting away. She left it to me in her will. She made sure to tell me that every time that she visited. She really wanted me to become a hunter. Why were you debating coming here? It seems perfect for your needs. Multiple reasons. Although my aunt still visits every couple of years, the place must be extremely filthy. I'm afraid to even step inside. Secondly, living alone is a bit of a scary concept, even if I don't like other people. Not to mention that if my family finds out my aunt has property in Laconia, this would be the first place that they'd search for me. So they don't know about you. Come inside. The walk to the front door is met with creaks of wooden planks beneath your feet, and the door itself wasn't any quieter. The dog used the key that he already had in his backpack, yet another precious thing that he held in there and protected with his life all this time. The living room you're greeted in is spacious and well illuminated, even if dust particles fly around and through the sun's rays like a rave party. You both take a second to step inside, look around, and breathe in the aged and dusted aroma, if you can even call it that. It's, nicer than I expected. What did you expect? Vandalism, broken windows, no furniture, maybe even some broken walls and ceilings? Oh, come on. The police have to resort to parties and watching TV dramas to get away from the boredom of a crime-free town. There is nobody interested in breaking into a home. Anything is possible. How can you just trust complete strangers? You trust them, and they trust you. That's how it works. Still, might not be a ruined home, but... You use your white finger to slide along the shoe cabinet in front of the door. The white becomes grayish-black from mere inches of sliding. Yep, need some things to become livable. Depending on your standards, it's satisfactory right now. Poor plants, nobody was around to water them for some time. Look at that. Was your aunt an artist? She enjoyed painting. I assume that she made most of the pictures that she has on the walls. And writing. She would write me stories about nightfall and poems about the outside world. Oh my god. What? Is that you as a kid? What? Where? On the wall. You look so cute in that tiny suit and sprayed hair. It wasn't really my style. I can see that, Mr. Layered Streetwear. Shut up. And stop looking at that. But I really like it. Everything about you is very balanced and visually pleasing. That is an oddly satisfying compliment. It's also nice of her to have this. I can tell that she really likes you. Yeah. Let's check out the bedroom. See what the bed situation is. Right behind you. Should be on the second floor since the only other room here looks to be a kitchen. The stairs are withholding the test of time better than you would have expected, with barely any sounds coming from under your feet while ascending. The second floor is simple, a longer hallway that separates two bedrooms and a bathroom at the end. You follow the dog into the first room, one with no doors at its hinges. Where did this one go? Perhaps thieves? It looks ripped off by force, but it doesn't make any sense for a person to break in to steal a door. The inside isn't looking any better. Unlike what you've seen until now, this is one of the rooms that you'd both agree falls into the unlivable category. Aside from the dust, wooden planks are missing here and there. The bed has a mattress ripped to shreds and even broken shards on the floor from a once seemingly beautiful crystal vase. Well, who's calling dibs on this one? The dog looks a bit worried and disappointed, but doesn't express any opinions. I hope that the other one is luckier. The second room is great. Perfect even, one might even say. A sigh of relief escapes the dog's muzzle. Would you look at that? Aside from the dust, this is promising. No smells, no broken furniture or decorations, and the bed. The mattress was preserved pretty well by this simple cover. So, my good socially awkward friend, are you ready to get cleaning and move in? You ask while rolling up your sleeves and doing a flexing motion with your non-existent muscles. Hey. Your friend thinks for a couple of moments longer, looking around some more. With each passing second, his smile grows wider. Yes, I think that I am. He lets out a laugh and sprints to open every remaining door in hopes of finding cleaning supplies. If nobody bothers to take out the furniture, there should be stuff to clean with around here too. What do we even need? Lots of things. Brooms, rags, soap, bleach, sponges, mops, buckets. Not that we'll find a vacuum, but for starters, I'd be happy with just... Aha! Opening a closet, you find the first important tool. Dusters. Getting the dust off high places is a priority. You shake and puff one of them up and hand the other to the dog with a playful flourish. Alright, partner, let's turn this dust haven into something livable. You sweep a dramatic arc across the shelf that you took the tools from, sending a cloud that makes you both cough. Yeah, should probably start slow. What should I do? First off, the living room. Go take off the window covers and let some sunshine in. Maybe even open them for some fresh air. I saw a stepladder in the closet. I'll bring it here, then we can clean on top of the shelves and wooden beams. The dog's smile widens as he runs off. Soon, with purpose in mind and instruments in hand, these two fumbling twinks start the actual work. Actually, I think I'll take my jacket off. It's kind of unique. I don't want to dirty it. Good idea. Would love to do the same with my uniform, but I honestly don't have anything. I don't mind ruining it with me. That feels like some kind of excuse to not change clothes. I wonder why that would be. Going from furniture to furniture and ornament to ornament with the dusters, the dog slows down to take in the state of the creaky bookshelf, running his hand over the layers of dust. He seems lost in thought. I can't even see the wood. She hasn't been here in a long while. Judging by those dead plants, I have to agree. I wonder why. Feeling helpless at your unknowing silence, you decide to make light of it all. Hey, maybe she fell in love with cars and wanted to live somewhere that they're not banned? He somewhat agrees with a shrug, though he clearly keeps a brave face. Or maybe she considers this place yours already and didn't want to intrude? That doesn't sound too far-fetched. And since nobody's around, at least that means that no one can judge our, unique cleaning style. You give a mock sweep, accidentally knocking a large spiderweb loose that falls on your face and sticks to your fur. A repressed laugh can be heard as you make a face at the dangling strands. I suppose if anyone says that the place is still filthy, we can just respond with, "You should have seen it before we started." With a roll of your eyes, you both continue earnestly. The dog attacks the dusty shelves, carefully pulling off old books and odd trinkets, while you start on the floor, sweeping years' worth of debris into the manageable pile, including whatever he throws down. You can't help but steal a glance at the young dog's movements. You're not sure how familiar he is with cleaning a house, but given that he's such a fast learner, he imitates your techniques quite well. With a sort of elegant flair to him, as if afraid to dust his fur or ruin his claws, but determined expressions tell well enough that he is more than willing to. It doesn't take long for the air to be filled with the scent of freshly scrubbed wood and whatever was still stuck in the carpets. Probably paint. Let's go with that. You try not to think too much about that. Humming under his breath, he wipes down windows so grime-covered that you'd forgotten that they were actually clear. I did think that taking off those window covers didn't make much of a difference, as I thought that it would, but it was because of the dirt. Now it's much better, he says with a pleased grin. You stop to stretch for a moment, watching him go about his newfound enthusiasm. And the air is finally getting replaced. It feels better to breathe. And look at you, didn't even know how to hang clothes, and now you're doing a better job than me at cleaning. Not sure about that, but it's easy to work on something that you care about. Sacrifices for the things that you love. Hope that you have the energy for the final part. The final part of, cleaning this room? Yep. You confirm, throwing him a moist rag, freshly squeezed into soapy buckets. Couldn't find any mops, so we'll have to do it with the old-fashioned way. Follow my lead. You press the rag on the floor near a wall and scrub intensely for a couple of feet, then position yourself with your feet against the wall and your hands on the rag. With one heavy boost, you run forward, cleaning the floor in a sprinting motion from one side of the room to the other in mere seconds. The dog quickly does the same from the other side and tries to keep up as much as possible. How is it? It's fun, but also the most straining thing that I've ever done physically. The good part is that it's over fast. Bend down, sprint, rinse, squeeze, repeat. From side to side and room to room, the sweat drops remain proof of your hard work just behind the rags. Bit by bit, the house starts to feel less like an ancient relic and more like a place with potential. By the time that you're both scrubbing the last few surfaces, you're clearly worn out but laughing freely. I'm not saying we're pros or anything. You say, borderline panting to death. But I think that we could start a business. Not even I, with my sheltered hands, am delusional enough to think that we can do this on the regular. But I'd be lying if I said that I didn't feel accomplished right now. It is indeed a warm feeling inside. You both collapse on the cleanest patch of the floor that you can find, breathing in the faint smell of old wood and fresh polish, staring up at the ceiling with a sense of accomplishment and the beginning hints of home. Warm on the inside, and the outside. What was that? Couldn't hear you over your dog panting. You're a cat and also panting. That's almost worrying. And how about you go buy us some drinks? But we're not even done yet. The hardest part is still up. You both glare towards the bathroom's direction. I'll start without you, but even so, we could also use some more scrubs. Alright, I'll go. Don't overwork yourself. I can barely promise that I'll work at all. And get some energy drinks while you're there too, please. With one last nod and chuckle, he walks away and out the door. Let's see what we're working with. That's not a pretty sight. Could be worse. So, the dog is gone for a while. Strange. You didn't seem to lie, but neither did you tell the truth. What's that all about? Well, that's because the bathroom will be clean when he gets back, but I won't be the one cleaning it. I'm going to forcibly circumcise you now. What I meant to say... Would you please just help me? I'm but a little baby. You do realize that you're already in my debt, right? You said so. How far are you willing to go into the shark's mouth before the teeth start being scary? I put my paws through fire for a friend. Seriously? I know I might appear selfish sometimes with all my worldly desires. Among other things. But I do have an aching feeling in my chest whenever I disappoint someone I care about. And I do care about Alvy. I'd suffer for his sake. There is one thing that I could... although it's futile to even say because it's more than just a favor. And I know that it's not happening. Just some wishful thinking. Don't you think that it's worth a try? I doubt that you want me to, like, eat my own arm or something. I know you well enough for that at least. I hope. I simply want you to give up. Cleaning? Yes. Well, no. Give up on the dog in general. Just, be by yourself. Focus on your supposed career and your deal. That is quite a big ask. You were right. I'm sorry. That's just not something that I can do. Yeah, I expected that. I don't want to go back to the loser that I was, alone. In that case, I do have a favor to ask in exchange for my services. What is it? Just don't be mad at me for keeping secrets in the future, alright? Well played, sir. Well played. That is something that I hate to agree to, but it is a very fair request, so I agree. Great! In that case, brace yourself. This is going to take much more magic out of you than cleaning a body. Also, you need to narrate this part. I have to concentrate. On it, boss. As those words leave your mouth, dirty patches in still water disappear before my eyes, like they were never there. Every part of the bathroom my eyes touch turns clear the next moment, like seeing a magician's trick without a smokescreen. Makes me question my reality, especially when broken pieces of furniture repair themselves here and there. Strange. It wasn't as much magic as I thought. I feel fine. You are so awesome. The greatest demon that ever lived. 3. What? There are 3? 2? I'm not sure what... 1. Ugh. A sharp pain envelops you, like a full-body cramp. From your ear muscles to your toes, everything aches before fatigue settles in. What is this? I told you. Cleaning your body is already kind of magic taxing. Cleaning a whole room was bound to drain you, especially since I had to repair cracks in the bathtub. And you couldn't have warned me? I did warn you. Warn me harder next time. I was kind of curious to see the effect too. Thought that you might have improved enough to withstand it. How can I improve in a single day? Anything is possible. Anything has to be possible. Ugh. I feel like I'm dying. No, you feel like sleeping. You're just tired and have cramps. Suck it up. Is this what women's periods feel like? This isn't even half as bad. How would you know? I am a feminist. I'll just lay down on the freshly cleaned and polished bathroom floor. Hope I don't die. The dog is gonna bring you a magic energy drink, and you'll be on your feet in a matter of minutes, you drama queen. You're so mean to me. I literally, kind of like you, for a mortal that is. You're okay. I suppose I'll take that as truth. It's kind of nice knowing you actually mean that. Not being able to lie and all. Your pain and fatigue is slowly being lifted piece by piece. Hey, I already feel better. That was fast. Might not even need that drink. Why is this? I believe it happened before as well. I'm not, quite sure yet. A win is a win. I can prepare a nice resting spot for when Alvy gets back in the meantime. In one of the storage places you pick the brooms from, you find 2 perfectly good folding chairs. What did this solitary aunt need 2 of them for? Perhaps she had friends visiting, who are you to butt into her life anyway. Those are not folding chairs. You pick them up and bring them outside. With a little dusting, they're ready to be sat in, and just in time for your friend to arrive. Hey, I got the goods. Sweet. Did you get the air freshener and candles? Right here. Is the bathroom really that bad? Bathrooms are always disgusting no matter who's in it. And this one has been neglected for months. Or years. I'm sorry for making you start without me. What should I help with? I could take the actual bath and toilet if you... No, it's okay. I'm already done. The whole thing? Oh no. You're one of those sloppy cleaners when you're alone, aren't you? The only thing sloppy after my cleaning is a I mean... No, I just decided to use some magic for this one. Right, your specialty cleaning magic. I forgot. I wouldn't say it's my specialty, but yeah. Speaking of, I could really use a magic energy drink right about now. Of course, here you go. I see you already prepared seats as well. We deserve to relax a bit. The seat feels incredibly comfy after a long day of cleaning. As you sit on the porch, you can't help but take in the view, watching people go on about their day and imagining what they've been up to. The light shines gently on both of your faces, just enough to warm you but not bright enough to obscure your vision. You can see the dog's fur practically glowing. You wish that you could just reach out and embrace him as you're so close to each other. You've taken some of the dog's habits and deep down know that after everything that you've been through, he doesn't see you as an outside entity anymore. Multiple times he tries to say something, gently opening his mouth, but stops himself for a lack of the right words or embarrassment. I think this goes without saying, but you deserve to hear it. Thanks for the help. I never thought that I'd be able to clean a house, especially by myself. Not that I did that much today, but it's more than I expected still. It was fun. I certainly don't regret lending you a bit of help. It's not like I have anything better to do. Hey, do you think the fridge in the kitchen works fine? We cleaned it pretty well, and I heard it buzzing some time ago. I'd say you can store some things in it, although maybe keep them in containers for some time. That's alright, I just need to put these in there. He rummages through his backpack and picks out a small gem, from which he summons something. 2 whole packs of soda? Wow. Hey, you got the lemon one. Sweet. And sour. I remember you said that you liked it. I tried it once and I can't say that I'm a fan, but to each their own, I suppose. Why did you buy, 1, 2, 4, 6, 24 cans for then? I can't possibly take them all with me. Doubt that I have a fridge in my dorm and warm soda. Ugh. Oh. I thought you wanted to stay here. With me. But I, have a dorm. It's not like I'm worried of anyone finding me. Of course. I see. His expression sours more than the soda in your hands. Unless you want me to stay with you. I don't want to intrude, that's all. Yes, please, if you may. The house is too big just for me, and you helped clean it. It must be better than a dorm room, right? Yeah, alright then. I'll just stay with you. From behind the chair, his tail wags frantically, and his feet tangle and sway over the edge like a little kid trying to open his soda can excitedly. You look forward to the garden and beyond the fence to the quiet streets. The scenery before you seems to shift, becoming your new future. Can't say that I expected any of this. Me neither. Why, because I don't have a face that attracts love? No. It's just... I'm really glad that you got this far. I'm happy for you. I must be dreaming. Even the demon inside of my head is wishing me the best. Don't say that. You're awake and everything is fine. Thanks, Scribs. I mean, except that your auditions are in like an hour. What's wrong? I remembered that we have our auditions soon. I know, we still have time. The arena is quite far, but it should take us less than half an hour to get there. It's not just about time. Oh, right. You're not very experienced in summoning. Do you know what we'll have to do there? All I know is that most first years are not able to summon a Night Fallen until the first semester's exams, so I was never too worried. You just need to make your gem do, anything. Do you think that I need to own my own Night Fallen gem at the very least? I don't see how else you'll be able to show off what you can do. You both put on your thinking caps trying to find a solution. Your mind keeps drifting to a certain demon. This would truly be a dream if you managed to even summon my arm. In the meantime, the dog gets a somewhat worried expression while clutching his backpack and breathing more intensely. His expression softens as his eyes meet yours and he begins a confident search. I'll lend you one. What? Are you sure? I know that they're very important to you and I'm not making this decision lightly, so yes, I'm sure. It's kind of my fault for taking your mind off of the auditions in the first place. Besides, there's a good chance that you won't resonate with my gems. What does that mean? You know, to summon a Night Fallen at its peak requires a personal connection with its summoner, which is either obtained over time through trust or it simply bonds with you immediately if you're compatible. I know about that, but I thought that you can still summon any Night Fallen as long as you know what's inside the gem. The bond just makes it work better. That's for, lifeless gems. My Night Fallen are alive. If they don't want to, they will not come out no matter what. Doesn't your friend get a little pass from them? Here. He places a couple of small decorated bags carefully in front of you, each possibly containing a gemstone. These three here, Fang, Claw, and Talon, they're wild Night Fallen. Do you know what that means? They're basically just regular beasts, don't produce much energy, and are very hard to tame. I'm surprised that you have them. Exactly. They're difficult to tame, which means that they're also very stubborn. You can still try to move your hand over them, see if it does anything. You do as instructed, but the gems remain unlit and silent. Damn. Sorry. I also have 2 cryptids. They're more likely to cooperate. Try it. You move your hand again. This time, one of the bags seems to jolt back a tad, but no glow can be seen. However, the dog did hide his golden ring inside his pocket, a small detail that you caught with the corner of your eye. You swear that it gleamed at you before it got shoved away. No luck here either. It seems that I wasn't as helpful as I wanted to be. It's not your fault your Nightfallen don't love me from the start. Still, what will you do then? Can I perhaps buy one? With these kinds of prices, I don't think that you've been in the market enough. In that case... You could borrow one. They don't resonate with me. I can't use his Nightfallen. Not his. Borrow one from the academy. There should be a person that lends gems to students for these kinds of events. What? And you're telling me this now? I thought that you might find a solution on your own. I'm not your dad, you know. How do you know that? Because I didn't f*** your mother yet. Not that. How do you know that I can borrow gems for the audition? I've been around. And it just feels logical, you know. Are you completely sure that this is the case? 110%. I think that I might have a solution. Oh? First years aren't expected to be able to summon, so perhaps we're not expected to have gems of our own either? Seems logical, right? Yeah, but what will you do for the auditions then? There must be a person lending gems to first years for these kinds of situations. I'll just get one there. That seems like a long shot. I don't know. I'm pretty confident in my speculation. I can see that from your smile and laid-back attitude. I wish that I could be like that. You don't want to be a loser. Take that back. You're not even close to it. You're the most awesome guy that I know. That's not a long list. Even when it becomes longer, you'll still be on the top. Is that a promise? It's just the truth. Anyway, should we perhaps go a little earlier to the arena, that is? Yeah, I think that would be best. And that's where I'm going to leave it for today. So, it seems that Alvy was just out to get breakfast. Because if you recall, in the previous update, it ends with Cody waking up and then Alvy's gone. But I guess he was just getting breakfast. He's still hiding from the recommended students for one reason or another. We don't know yet. We did get to see a little bit of Alvy's, I guess, the summon that is inside of the ring. I'm assuming that's what it was. And actually, I did check after the fact, and it turns out that you can actually just go and talk to the other students, and it doesn't really harm the story one way or another, I guess, because it's more or less predetermined already what's going to happen. And it would just lead to some little comedy scene where they'll ask you like, oh, are you here with Alvy? We're looking for him. It's like, oh no, I'm here with, and then you get to pick either Aiden, Dallin, Tate, or Therium, or the headmaster. And I think that's it. Or you can just say that you're with your, by yourself. And they're like, oh, we're looking for him. But like, depending on who you pick, they'll have like something to say like, oh, I'm here with Aiden. And then I think Cole's like, oh, really? Because he's kind of hot. And it's like, oh, I'm here with Tate. So like, oh yeah, I know who he is. And I forget what they say about Dallin. I know that if you say Therium, it's like, oh yeah, he, interesting. If you say the headmaster, it's like, oh, I'm here with the headmaster, or I was here with the headmaster because he was bringing me my luggage, so it's a little less pervy. Even though we should already know that the headmaster is a little too interested with Cody. But yeah. What else? I think that's more or less what happens if you decide to just go talk to them. Alvy doesn't really get mad, but you don't get to see like the little scene where you see whatever it is that he decided to summon in order to get you guys out of the hotel room. What else? Oh, well, Alvy has a house, apparently, which you have to clean, apparently. But yeah, I guess that's convenient for little rich boy. He gets his own little house instead of having to sleep in the dorms. But I'm pretty sure he doesn't know what all is entailed with having a house, you know, like bills. But that's gonna come up later. But yes, of course, the most important part is that Cody needs to find a summon. Obviously, he can't summon Scribbles yet, and he can't borrow any of Alvy's summons because they don't like him. Well, one of them does, but of course, you know, Alvy's trying to keep that to himself. But yeah, so we're about to go speak to the guy that lends you summons, which you should already know who that is if you watch the Therium route, which you should because it's part of the Summoner route. But yeah, anyway, so we have that to look forward to. I forget his name already, even though I literally just edited this video. Or these videos, because there's 3 of them. But yeah, so... yeah. What do you guys think is going on? Write it down in the comments, and thank you all for watching / listening. If you would like to play the Shards yourself, you can do so by going down into the link in the description, which should have a direct link for the itch.io page, or you can download the game and play it yourself, or you just go to itch.io.com and, you know, download it from there. And if you would like to support the project, they do have a Patreon where you can get early access to builds of Lush Shards and, you know, see what's going on. There should be, I think, another update after this one, but I don't know if it's already ready. I haven't seen that he has said that it's done yet. So, you know, at least you get to support the project and probably see some behind the scenes stuff, because some interesting stuff is going to happen after this update. But yeah, also my links down in the comments in case you want to support me, become a channel member, and view these videos ahead of time, and all the other ones that get you know, scheduled, or, you know, want to support me through Ko-fi, one-time thing or monthly thing, or, you know, I have a throne, I have books on there, I have other junk on there, you know, or you could just give me a surprise gift. It's up to you, you know. Anyways, but yeah, so I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.